I vividly remember 2 summers ago, I was just sitting down, watching TV, wasting away my young, inexperienced life when my mom entered the room. She turned the TV off and asked, "Don't you have anything better to do?" I just shrugged my shoulders. Frustrated with my laziness and me being a couch potato, she uttered the 4 simple words that every generation of parents before me has said to their version of couch potatoes. Go get a job. Did she actually think I was gonna do it? Probably not. The next day, I gave her a form to sign. It was a job application. And the following week, I went up to her and I said, "I got a job." She was surprised that for once in her life, once in my life, I actually listened to her. From that point forward, I started working at Dunkin', formerly known as Dunkin' Donuts. But I was not the only teen that got a job that summer. During the summer of 2021, over 6 million teens had summer jobs. That may seem like a large number, but that is actually only 36% of the teen population. But that 36% acquired several benefits that current teens are missing out on. One being becoming more confident young adults. Before I started working at Dunkin', I was always more on the shy side. I couldn't even talk to people unless someone I knew was standing right next to me. For instance, I got lost in the supermarket so many times as a kid. Although I could have easily just gone up to an employee and asked for help by announcing my name, I didn't. Instead, I just wandered around aimlessly around the supermarket until I just happened to run into my mom, usually with tears in my eyes. All because of my inability to ask for help. So, predictably, on my first day of the job, I was a nervous wreck. It was easy learning how to make drinks, how to operate the register, and how to cook food. But, just like every other fast food restaurant, part of the job was to take orders from real, living human beings. While I was taking my first order, there was an experienced employee helping me through it. They watched me stumble on my words, stutter, and give the customer the wrong drinks. Now that I look back at it, they were not helpful whatsoever. But nonetheless, I was able to complete my first order. Although it was a small victory, this was just a start. On average, the Dunkin' I worked at received over 1,000 orders daily. Imagine having to talk to 100 different people, all intent on you getting their order perfect. But whether it was through servicing customers in the front, or meeting people or taking orders at the front, or servicing customers through the drive-thru, I met countless people, all different types of people. Ones who wanted to order and leave, and others who talked so much they thought that I would be fit to be their therapist. But from the small talks to the full-blown conversation, each one was significant, and each interaction was vastly different. There was just one time where a lady came into my Dunkin' and I accidentally gave her too much change. If any other customers usually when I give them too much change, they just take it and leave. And I told the lady that. She simply responded by saying, "That would be stealing, and stealing is wrong." I stopped and thought for a second, wow, maybe there really is faith in humanity after all. This lady I had known for less than 5 minutes had shared such a valuable lesson with me. But when people think about a job, they often think that's something you do alone. But I found, through personal experience, that's not the case. Having a job teaches you collegiality as well as collaboration skills, just like team sports and other enrichment activities. Aside from just like being forced to talk to customers, I was also forced to talk to my colleagues. It's one thing being in a group project at school, but a whole nother thing being placed in a real-world environment where it's crucial to work with everyone in order to make the workplace run efficiently. My coworkers and I were just a bunch of random people placed in one environment. Honestly, if I hadn't worked with them, I probably would have never spoke to them in my life. And we were all at a different place in our lives. One was a college student who came twice a year to work. Another one was in their 30s. And one was even a grandmother who came every morning from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. The collaboration that we had in the workplace is what made it so successful. The synergy of our team is what enabled our Dunkin' to be efficient, which in return and happy customers. When we had rushes of people and never-ending orders, we weren't doing it alone. We were experiencing it together. By experiencing it together, we became sort of a work family. This is a picture of me and my coworkers a couple weeks ago. For the most part, we look pretty happy. We had built connections that extended beyond our jobs. We had holiday parties and even hung outside together outside of work. Still, aside from social learning and feeling a part of the team, when people think of a job, the main thing people think about is, of course, money. Dunkin' is a minimum wage job, so that means every hour I earned about $14. One of the most exciting moments of my life was when I received my first paycheck. I remember I came home and I tore open that envelope. But after receiving the paycheck, I was left with an even bigger challenge than earning it, deciding how to spend the money. Something I spent 2 weeks earning could easily just been gone with the click of a button. Funny enough, that's exactly what I did. I wanted to buy my friend a pair of shoes as a birthday gift. So I went online and I clicked the buy button. I thought it wasn't working, so I clicked it twice. Next thing you know, there in my mailbox are 2 pairs of shoes. And just like that, 2 weeks worth of hard spent money was gone. Having a job gives you financial freedom, but alongside that freedom comes responsibility. You have to be rational with your money and the decisions you make. All the things I learned gave me skills that prepared me better for the future. I can probably say getting a job was one of the best decisions I've ever made. But unfortunately, that is not a decision that a lot of current teens make. Over the past 2 decades, there has been a strong decline of teens getting jobs, specifically summer jobs. Since 2000, the percentage of teens working summer jobs has dropped from 51% to 36%. Some factors include teenagers seeking career-related internships, as well as other enrichment activities. A big reason why teenagers favor these activities over getting a job is what they perceive appeals most to college applications. But that overlooks the many benefits you can acquire from having a job. Working gave me the ability to have conversational skills, the ability to collaborate, financial judgment, and self-efficacy, while as a bonus, I was getting paid. I think what my mom said as a joke was probably one of the best pieces of advice I've ever received. So going back to the beginning, but with the benefit of learning everything I say, I quote my mom, "Go get a job."